welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, then welcome. First I would like to say thank everybody for the congratulatory messages. I felt happy that I was able to make everyone around me so proud of me, and I am also proud of me too, because I honestly didn't think I was gonna pass. You guys saw me crying at the end of my exam, so yeah, I'm just grateful to God and everyone for the support. I am making this video because a lot of y'all asked me, Queen Esther, what did you study with, what materials did you use, and all that stuff. And I decided to just share with you guys what I studied with and how I did it, basically. So yeah, let's get right into the video. So first, I would like to emphasize that I took my time to study for the exam. Obviously, I spent 3 months because I got my authorization to test in October, like mid-October, and I already had a vacation planned out to go to Mexico. So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna go on this vacation, and when I come back, I'm gonna start studying. I scheduled my testing day exactly 3 months from whenever I would come back from vacation. So I remember I got back from vacation on Thanksgiving Day, November 24, and I scheduled my exam January 26th. So that gave me 3 months to do my intensive studying. I knew it was gonna be a whole lot for me, especially considering the fact that I did not study in the United States of America. There's a lot of things that are different. I just knew I had a whole lot to take in, so I had to give myself that time. First things first, I've always had the Soundness Nclex RN PDF textbook, but the PDF, I started with that, but that was a long time ago, way before I got my authorization to test. I just realized that was gonna just delay me. And don't get me wrong, it's actually very, very good. It's very explanatory. It just goes very in-depth, but there's a whole lot to study. I had just 3 months. There is no way I was wasting my time with Sounders, so I ended up just quitting that. And then I had this Kaplan Nclex RN prep. This was, I feel like when I started studying, I didn't have a study plan. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know where to start from. I just knew I had to study. But this helped me plan what to study. It's not gonna explain everything to you. It'll just tell you, oh, this is what you're supposed to know on this topic and all that. And I honestly did not finish this. The YouTube channels that I found very helpful was the Simple Nursing. I loved how his teachings had animations. He made it so simple that you can always remember. He had a lot of mnemonics that you can, remember with. Whenever I would see a topic here and it says, oh, you need to know this, you should know that, I'll just go on YouTube and search for it. And he literally has a lesson on every topic you can think of. Quick facts for Nclex from Rima Nursing. This one is a handout. It's just giving you the basic things you should know about different topics. So yeah, I use the quick facts for Nclex, jot things down, write things in, and sometimes I will do practice questions. I would definitely recommend this. Another thing I studied with was, I had this PDF on my phone. My mom sent it to me. It's called, okay, so I looked. It's called the Gold Standard for Nclex. That's what it's called. And that was basically what I revised with a week before my test. Something I noticed about the Gold Standard was some things were a little bit outdated, so I would suggest that you confirm a lot of things in there. like the whole shellfish allergy with contrast dye. According to Archer's review, I'm gonna get to that. But before, they would say if a patient is allergic to shellfish, then they would definitely be allergic to contrast dye. So if you're taking a patient for a test that would require contrast dye, you would ask them, oh, are you allergic to shellfish? But we don't do that anymore because apparently studies have shown that allergy to shellfish does not mean you would be allergic to contrast dye. So yeah, so I would definitely recommend to like cross-check some things in the gold standards for Nclex, but it was very good. It really helped me revise. Like everything I studied already was just there, and I was just, sometimes I'll just see like a topic and I'll just say everything in my head, like everything I knew about that topic, I'll just say to myself. Plus, my mom was helping me revise at some points, like we're just discussing them together and all that. It was really good. Regarding the question bank, I personally used Archer, and I would say why I used Archer and why I preferred it over UWorld. A lot of people were telling me, oh, use UWorld, use UWorld, UWorld, UWorld. But I remember sometimes last year, I would say in May or something, I actually subscribed for UWorld, and it was so expensive. It was like $180 something for 1 month subscription. And I don't know, I personally did not like it. I felt like questions were always so bulky. Someone recommended Archers to me, and then I read reviews about Archer, and I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna try Archer, because Archer was like, I think it was like $60, but when you add taxes and fees and everything, it ended up being like 80 something bucks. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna try Archers. And the Archer review was for 3 months. I spent like 80 something for the whole 3 months. I would personally say Archers was kind of, the questions were as simple as the questions in the exam. So plus you have a lot of multiple self-assessment tests. You can take the CAT mode as many times as you want. You can do the self-assessment as many times as you want. But with UWorld, there's a plan for just 1 self-assessment, and there's another plan for just 2 self-assessments. So I definitely felt like I got my money's worth with Archer. Plus, Archer was very good with content. Archer also helped me build my content a whole lot. Like sometimes there were a lot of things that the Kaplan that I didn't see in the Kaplan, that I'll just come across them while answering questions, and I'll be like, oh, what is this? For example, the intraosseous route of medication administration, I came across it in the Archer's review, and I'm like, what's that? So then I went to YouTube to check, and I saw it, and I saw how it was being administered and everything. I'm like, oh wow, cool. I honestly did not see that my entire 5 years of nursing in Nigeria. So yeah, that's an example. So yeah, Archer's review helped me, you know, I came across a lot of questions, and yes, I completed the question bank. I finished every single question in that question bank, and I think it had 2,800 and something questions. The UWorld only has 2,100 and something. So yeah, you can see Archer's worked for me, and I've met a lot of people that would say UWorld worked for them. But the Nclex itself is one line. They'll just tell you this, what should the nurse do, this, what is priority action, this, further teaching, further intervention. Like it was so straight to the point. I honestly, in my exam, my first 50 questions were super easy. Like I was just going through it, like, and then I was like, is this the Nclex that everybody is worried about? Like, what's going on here? These questions are sweeting me. This is just flying through it. But I don't know what happened. The computer just switched up on me. It just started hitting me with a lot of select that all that applies, a lot of SATA questions, and I'm like, I hate SATA questions. The thing that helped me was the Nclex High Yield, Dr. Zishan. Oh my god, I personally did not pay for his package, but I was using the free stuff, the free teaching lessons on his YouTube channel. I would join the weekly Zooms every Wednesday. He has a podcast on Spotify, so I would listen to that in my car when I'm going to work or when I'm going out, wherever. And they really stuck. Like, they asked graph, prioritization, what are we freaking out about? I said, while I was in the exam, when the computer like switched up on me and started giving me like hard questions, I would just sit back and be like, Queen Esther, you can do this. Like, if you were here physically with this patient, what would you do? What would you do to save this patient's life? Because I remember, I don't know where I came across it, but I saw something probably on YouTube, somewhere on YouTube, and they were like, just think, if I could only do one thing to save my patient's life, what would it be? What would I do? And that's your answer. I answered 145 questions. I thought I failed. Whenever I would feel unmotivated to read, to study, I would go on YouTube, watch Nclex vlogs. It would always motivate me. I saw this video of this guy who answered 240 something questions. That was before when you could go that high. And he was like, at some point he got tired, he was just scanning through the questions, and then later on he just thought, you know what, I'm still in the game. As long as I'm still getting questions, I'm still in the game. Let me just focus and answer these questions. And that's what I thought as well, because I was always saying it, I would answer 75 questions and get out of there. But when I got to 100 questions, I just started getting tired. Like, I don't know, I was just answering whatever. And then later I'm like, Queen Esther, you're still in the game. You're still in the game. Focus, focus, focus.
Focus, 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 focus.
If I could only do one thing, what would I do? What would save my patient's life? That kind of thing. So yeah, that was what helped me. And at the 145th question, after answering it, it didn't shut off. It told me you have ended the exam. And then he brought out the survey questions. I'm like, yes, Danny. My eyes, I was like, I couldn't think straight. And the questions were the next gen questions. I was even like, okay, maybe let me even answer it and help the next set of people coming, because it's someone that helped us too. Open this, I was like, Yahoo. I just cancelled it. Like, my brain cannot even think anymore. Please let me get out of here. And then I left the exam crying, praying. Yeah, I passed. So that's all I used basically. Simple nursing, Rima nursing, Nclex high yield, the Kaplan, the quick facts, gold standard for Nclex. If you would like me to send PDF files or whatever, just send me an email. I'll put my email in the description box, and I will make sure to tag the YouTube channels that helped me. I'll tag them in the description box as well. So if you would like the Honors PDF, the gold standard for Nclex, I also had this Lippincott pharmacology book, the PDF. I had a lot of PDFs actually that I honestly didn't get enough time to go through, but I feel like they can help someone out there. DM me on Instagram or send me an email and I would be happy to send it to you. We don't gatekeep over here, baby. We don't gatekeep over here. That's the end of my video. Thanks for watching. Bye.